Thank you so much. I would like to use the chance to dive a little bit deeper into what we are doing with our NGO, into the situation in Germany, and also maybe to use the time to discuss a little bit more with you where you see maybe common ideas and how we can collaborate in the future. So, as I said in the beginning, in 2019, I started the initiative that is called We Are the East. Back then, we had a European election, and for the first time in the eastern part, 25% of the people voted right-wing. And what the media coverage did was saying, okay, all eastern people were framed as right-wing extremists, and we felt like, okay, this is a problem for democracy if we put everyone into one corner. And you might know one very, very famous East German person, that is Angela Merkel, our former chancellor. And she did something many, many people from East Germany did. She didn't talk about East Germany. And this was one of the problems, because if especially people who want to make a career don't talk about their background, then we don't know more about it. Maybe going a little bit back, you might know after the Second World War, Germany was divided into the eastern part and the western part. We will celebrate now 36 years of reunification, but we still face many, many problems. And one reason is in a dictatorship, and it was a socialism dictatorship in the East, people didn't own property, for example. So most property, 95%, was given to West investors, the companies, the housing, and we still see it now. For example, when we look at the population, like 20% in Germany is East German, but only when we look at the elites, only 2% are in science, for example, or in economics, the elites are only won by 4%. So there is a big divide, and this is why we started this community. So we asked people, so just tell us your story, to give different ideas, to give different perspectives, because of course also the media is owned by people in the West, and we needed some different perspectives that haven't been shown until then. And it started just as a project, and talking a little bit about this, and then became more unexpectedly. So to give you a little bit of an idea, what happened is also, or what's going on more than 30 years, is a big brain drain. So many young people leave the eastern area to earn more money, to get better jobs. And it's especially young women, it's especially very well-educated women. And this is why I think, at least in Europe, the East German area is an area where the population of men, also from non-academic backgrounds, is very, very high. And what we see is that they are very, very easily approached by right-wing extremists, which can be a problem in Germany. So this year we have an election in one of our states, and it might be the first time that we have a right-wing minister president, which will become a problem for Germany. So what we're thinking about is how can we reach these young men in these rural areas, how to make them feel seen, because they have good reasons to say, okay, I don't feel seen because if I look at the elites, I might not have a place there. And we also see some parallels, for example, to the MAGA movement, right, in the US. So it's also a discussion between the well-educated and the less educated. And the moment Trump went to the rural areas, gave people a red hat and tell them, yeah, you're someone, they felt seen. And now some of these people might see, okay, maybe Trump wasn't honest and he wasn't really about my needs. But this is why these people are so open to this. So the difference to Taiwan might be your threat comes more from the outside, right? And we face the threat from the inside. And we see this in many, many European countries, just as the US. And so the big issue is how can we solve this and how can we make people more engaged? Because what it's not just these movements, these political movements inside the countries, but also the big platforms. So you might know Elon Musk. He supports the right-wing extremism in Germany, the AfD, and many big tech companies. They support right-wing movements to maybe not to support democracy. So this is our big question: how can we make it more accessible? How can we involve and engage more with young people, especially young men in these rural areas? And one idea we have is to work with a chatbot to make it easy, personalized, have someone like a buddy you can talk to, because when you live in these areas, it's also quite dangerous, to be honest, sometimes to become engaged. When like 60–70% of the people around you vote right-wing, you might be afraid to raise your voice or to join a club or to show up. So it's very, very threatening and dangerous. And many people don't know that, how the situation or how bad the situation is already. So we hope to start with a personal problem and to also use this to give more knowledge on democracy, and so that people really connect and get part of something and really have also the experiences that you can actually change something. We did a survey also asking young people in these areas, so what would motivate you? Okay, I have to hurry up. And they said, yeah, if I really see it makes a change, or if there are other people joining. So and I'm really thinking with all of your knowledge, and I'm so fascinated what you have built with these platforms and your communities. And you might also see, there are some parallels in how we can access or make tools more accessible to young people, to non-academic backgrounds. There's a big group of students here, so I'm so curious about what they think. And maybe if you feel like this, and I hope we could join in thinking together about how we make these tools work for these groups of people, and maybe also we could collaborate in a cross-border hackathon. There is a big hacker scene in Germany, but it's not focused so much on civic hacking, so maybe we can make this change together with you in the future. Thank you so much.
好，谢谢 Mel。那我们在第3个短讲是阿某这边。
感谢自己的演讲自己计时。好。